Kind of didn't use my head, and I'm just going to try to come out and win my heat race, start the year off good, and try to win that main event. I got to focus on the whole shot, because if I can get that whole shot, it's going to be my race. You know, it's a long off season, like I said earlier, and I've been putting a lot of time and effort into it and finding out what I did wrong last year. So if I get that whole shot, man, I think I can pull it off.
Ricky Carmichael out on the track, surveying the situation, David Bailey, as we take a look at the Suzuki starting grid.
It's like a warm-up lap these guys get before they go out. Tracks changed a lot since their heat races, and they used to just ride around the track. Well, now, since they don't give them a time limit, they take it all and try to check out anything that can help them in the main.
This is a pivotal first round for the 125s in the Eastern Division, because in 13 years of 125 Eastern racing, 10 of those times the winner of the first round has gone on to win the title. Let's go down to Marty.
Well, guys, you were talking about Ricky Carmichael in his heat race. I talked to Chad Watts. He's the odds-on favorite for the championship, and everybody said, hey, listen, keep an eye on this guy, because he's going to drive his own race. He's going to try and do it in a style so that he doesn't end up taking himself out of the championship. It's his championship to lose, and he did exactly what they wanted him to in that heat race. What I find interesting is Carmichael's going to line up right down here on the inside, right by the doghouse. But come on down here, because the other competitor that we all think that is going to be the top guy is Robbie Rayner. And look where he's lining up, all the way to the outside. David Bailey, a big gamble here for one of them.
Well, Carmichael's going to have to get a great jump to come from the middle of the starting line, where Rayner is actually, it's the outside, depending on how you look at it, but actually going down the straightaway with the left-hand first corner. He's all the way to the inside. I used to kind of like to favor the inside of the start. That way, if it didn't come out too good, everything would get pushed wide and it could still come out okay. But if he doesn't get a good jump right there, number 41 and Nick Way right there, number 67, can close him off, and he'll be mid-pack before he even gets to the corner.
Okay, it's get nervous time now for the 125s. And these guys from the East, David Bailey, have waited a long time. Many of them working out, getting ready with the 125 West some 6 weeks ago. They've been pumped all this time.
It's awful. They're watching all the races on TV and seeing it in Cycle News and going, God, I just need to get my turn. And you got to bet Carmichael's been a little bit nervous, like a little animal waiting to be let out of a cage, because this kid is aggressive. But in the heat race, he was pretty contained. He did what he had to do, rode very smart.
And the crowd starting to feel the tension now of the main event. 52,784, a new RCA Dome record here in Indianapolis. The checkout, the start of the 125 East Division. They're taking plenty of time as the 30-second board is now up. When that goes sideways, they'll have from 5 to 10 seconds. They don't know when. The guy in the doghouse will flip the switch and the gate will fall.
One nice thing about being right next to that starter's box, or what they call the doghouse, there you see the guy in there with the AMA shirt. He'll drop that gate. Carmichael's got all that room of that doghouse until the guy to his right when they come across the gate. So if he makes a little bobble, or the guy next to him, he's at least got a little elbow room to his right.
Good point, David Bailey. It was John Dowd, one of his 2 wins last year, who won this event in the 125 East. The card is sideways. Let's see how number 6 gets out of the gate. They're off. Rayner to the inside. But once again, a good start by Gregory Rand. 163 like he did in his heat race. Coming out of the first turn, it is bar to bar. Rand and number 583, Derek Shane Bentley. 2 triple digits out in front with Raynard and Ricky Carmichael bar to bar right in back of him.
It looks like Carmichael's going to come out ahead. They're going to be side by side, right behind the leaders, all the way down the straightaway. Carmichael reaching for a tear-off in the air, almost runs into the back of Rand. Just great reflexes to sneak through there.
Carmichael battling in third now.
That's a risky place to reach up and clear his vision.
Derek Shane Bentley from Ellenwood, Georgia. Number 583 is the next target for Ricky Carmichael. Right behind Ricky, though, is Robbie Rayner. He's got great speed and can come back. Here comes Rayner. Oh, my goodness, and Carmichael leaps into second place.
Well, if you don't jump the triple on a 125, Carmichael's going to do it and jump right over the top of you. This kid is so aggressive. He's going to go for it.
Gregory Rand of Hillsboro, Ohio, in first place, jumped both of those triples going into the 20.
Carmichael already got a look at this kid, Rand, in the heat race. Passed him a couple of times. So I think he knows how to deal with him. If that was Rayner, it'd be a little different story.
Bentley goes down. That gives a clear chase for Robbie Raynard in third. Moving into fourth is Sean Perolio.
So now what you're going to see is Raynard coming from behind, which I think he does a little bit better than starting out front. A lot of problems with the arm pump last year, and this time Rand doesn't go for the triple. Carmichael does, and there's the gap. It's getting close.
Carmichael a little more patient this year. He was 19th here last year with a bad start in 13th and then crashed with Sellers.
Well, if he's going to be a little bit too patient, number 21, Raynard, is right back there behind him, looking aggressive. I thought a little bit more confident and aggressive of the two in the heat races.
Taking a different line in the whoops. Here comes Ricky Carmichael. RC to the inside. RC's got the angle. Raynard cuts in. Whoa, baby.
Well, I didn't think there was any room for that. I think he had to tuck his elbows in to make that work. That'll give Carmichael a little bit of time to pull away in case Raynard can't get around Rand right away. And already just behind Carmichael, these guys both had to go for the double. That gives them a little lead.
So it's 54.1 seconds, David Bailey.
I think that's going to get faster.
A lap time for Ricky Carmichael now as he tries to pull away. Robbie Raynard holding on, wants to stay close.
Beautiful shot of Raynard around that berm. Just laid it over, almost dragging the handlebar.
It's Gregory Rand in third, and in fourth now is Casey Lytle, Honda of Troy, number 33. But right now you see the two contenders. Oh, getting pretty close. Robbie Raynard looking for his advantage now. The Oklahoma lad cuts in front.
Saw that coming.
He takes the lead from RC.
I don't think Carmichael expected him to really felt him that close. Thought, oh, I can go out here and use the outside, and you have to. If you got a little bit of a lead, you got to go out there and get a run at the double out of the corner.
Boy, would this be an upset as we take a look at the mechanics area.
I think Raynard's mechanic is happy with the rhythm he's got out there. He's saying, cool rhythm, keep it going. Now, sorry, Art. Carmichael's going to have to answer this challenge because already he's starting to lose a little time.
Raynard with good practice times, I was going to say, David, and really looked consistent in his practices. He only had 4 podiums last year, 3 of those second places, no wins. And really, though, with the exception of a 12th in Minneapolis and a very poor East-West shootout in Las Vegas, he had a good season.
Now, I know he'd like to better it. Starting out pretty good right here. There's a couple ways to look at Carmichael's performance so far, and that is, hey, anything would be better than last year's finish. Just get on the podium and then get comfortable and tear him up for the rest of the races.
The Suzuki leaderboard with Raynard, Carmichael, Rand, Lytle, and Perolio. The race to the checkers for the 125 East continues when we return to the RCA Dome. Here is our leader in the 125 main, David Bailey. Number 21, Robbie Raynard.
Another way to look at the strategy of Carmichael, it does look like he's starting to pick up the pace a little bit.